4 games have been rough for him. That includes on Sunday against the Red Sox. He gave up 6 runs.
It's been a little bit of the leadoff batter and the home run ball. He's got 6 pitches to work with. You see the breakdown. Look for that curveball to be a big part, along with the slider, to reset the first half before the All-Star break. It's a dangerous start because you know your break's coming up.
To get the Yankees just in general back on track. A rear rough patch for these baseball. 62-28. It's the best record through 90 games. Duran climbs in. Tyone comes home, and off we go with a fastball away. 1 ball.
Or the contact. He's probably more contact than swing and miss stuff.
And the Yankees have scored more runs than the Red Sox in the American League this year. A game that has become the norm for these two teams, especially lately. A 2-0. Duran watches ball 3.
Well, that's where this lineup that the Red Sox have today has more capability of running than the previous.
That's a strike, and they have been a lot more aggressive with this personnel in that time.
Looking to continue that little mini win streak they've got against the Yankees.
Off and climbing the ladder to pop this one up into short right field for first out of the night.
Absolutely. You know, he went through that spell last year where they, in Houston, I believe, just kind of humiliated. 326 says a lot.
Goes after the first one. Back spinning fly to right. Again! This time on the first pitch that he sees, and it's 1-0. And a home run in 3 consecutive games for the All-Star.
Balls or non-fastballs, and he knew it. Everybody knew it. They didn't have as many rides in that at this point as you. Over.
Here's Bogaerts. He too goes after the first pitch and fouls it off. If they gave you right, 20th in home runs, and part of that, John, has been this guy here and JD. That is smacked into the left center field, and
throwing machine, and when he makes his pitches, he's going to get a lot of outs. But against the Red Sox, if you're in the middle of the called for and it's right down the middle against a great hitter who stays up the middle in his approach. Look, his ability to flat out smoke the base work the next year to eliminate the deficiency. And I've seen it now for about a 4-year trend. I love a guy who, after a year, 3 years ago it was changeups, 2 years ago it was this, and now he's been able to take.
Set into the All-Star game again. That is all 4 All-Star games since.
And you see where that last pitch was? That's where he loves it. But as a pitcher, you swing at pitches off the plate, but you have to make him inconscious because he owns the inner third of that.
Bogaerts at first with 1 gone. Martinez takes off of the plate inside, ball 2. The Red Sox a divisional foe for the first time this year. Fly to center field. Judge angling over. Alex Cora told us before, not as good as the 20-6 start that they got off to in June, but he would love to steady the ship a little bit.
Continuity, because in this league, especially the East, there's an outside chance the East could get. I think they're going to be good all year, but they've got to steady the ship on the mound and find some
With 2 gone, Alex Verdugo fouls off the first pitch. How about them Baltimore and
when you get out of the game, you maybe pay attention to things you wouldn't, and in a row. And currently, what, the Seattle Mariners are on 12 in a row?
116 games. So they're right in the picture. Baltimore's climbed into the picture winning. It's a ball, and it's 1-1 on Verdugo, who has. You know, the lineup at times, John, can feel top heavy, but when they have him, you're going to find.
Yeah, and again, he's another good contact guy. Doesn't swing and miss a lot with 2 strikes.
See, he chokes up on that bat at all times. Takes ball 2.
You know what you mean, according to your stadium. I think the Yankees do a great job here with the short porches and the way that they're.
Takes a change up, ball 3. 5 matchups, but he had one of his best games of the year. Tied the game in the 8th inning. Won the game in the. On a 3-1 from Tyone. Hits it in the ground. Well positioned up the middle. Kiner, Falefa, and Trevino round things out against Nick Pivetta, who's got the same challenge as Jameson Taillon.
Adjustments when it doesn't go right. And look, Taillon has had good success against the Red Sox. Pivetta has. One thing Pivetta is going to do is he loves the fastball up, and nobody really throws it.
DJ LeMahieu leads off for New York. Takes strike.
As much up in the zone as he does. 4-seam fastball with that good curveball.
0-1 to LeMahieu is high, spills him. There's that high fastball.
Always looks a little bit closer. Was in there because he doesn't come off the baseball. He's not trying to lift clean in there as long as he can. You're doing him a favor if you throw him an inside fastball. He can serve it to right field.
He's as pure of a hitter as you're going to find. He hit .336 those first 2 years.
Defense.
Good pitch, but didn't get the call. 2-1.
See, that's a great team in a small ballpark. If he doesn't get that pitch, or pitchers in general don't.
Back home with the 2-1 pitch that LeMahieu watches spin away.
Because what it does is it.
LeMahieu turns on a ball, left center field, deep to the gap, nowhere to pluck it. JBJ takes one away from.
It's going to be great speed, and right there reaches out and makes to the spot he thought the ball was going to be. And that, as a pitcher, is a double. Or
so one gone for Aaron Judge, who cracks a line drive to left for a base hit. Gets that ball in quickly. And the leading candidate for MVP in the
MVP in American League. There's some great contenders, and Judge just in a little bit of a cold spot. If you reduce, headed to the All-Star game, and Rizzo, who still true is what it should be, hitting a lot of hard outs.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, and we've talked to people around the Yankees, John. You can almost just completely ignore the number. They love this guy.
The difference so far for him is he hasn't owned true weakness there, where he normally doesn't. And when you're owning it, you force the and make a mistake, and he covers it.
On a 1-0 pitch, soft stuff lands. 1-1. Taillon vice versa got touched up. Pivetta gave up 6 runs over 3. Rizzo hits the ball down the line towards the pole.
But that's the difference to being totally connected. I mean, look, just a little bit out in front, right? Makes great contact, ball hooks just enough.
A lot of loud contact already. The 1-2 is lifted to right center field. Duran in the move. That ball, double for Rizzo. Yankees in business.
Or Yankees and Anthony Rizzo, because that is that pitch. He went right back in there, being a 2-run homer. See, they're trying to go away. That's exactly what I'm talking. Less than 3 feet. I mean, that hit the top.
Second and third for New York. Tried to answer quickly after the Devers' first inning home run, and Giancarlo Stanton. Strike one. So
if he's got like roller skates on his spikes and his lower half, these wild type swings, this is the best he's looked for a long period of time.
Midsummer Classic since then. A fastball missed his spot, and it's low. On 2-1 pitch in the dirt. Good stop, Vasquez. A couple bases loaded situations they didn't come through with. Stanton was not guilty though. On a 3-1, Stanton takes high, ball 4, bases loaded.
How to get ahead of them. You can expose the Yankees if you can get some fastballs for strikes. And lately, and the reason why their record is so good, whether they're behind early, they come in hitters counts.
Josh Donaldson, who got against the Sox at Fenway last weekend, and he takes the slider for strike 1 here. And he's been better than advertised defensively. Best defensive third baseman in the 0-1 to him. 1-1.
One thing he's really good at. What helped him, because if that would have turned the corner, it looked like Josh Donaldson was all over it.
Pivetta deals 1-2. In the dirt, Vasquez, another nice stop. Count evens up. Donaldson bounces one foul.
Fastball.
Bouncing ball left side, but softly picked by Devers. His only play is at first. Donaldson. Judge comes in to score.
Was off the end of the bat with spin. Now he knew he had time, so once he feels that he's got easy, right up the heel of his glove. Game time for tied for the moment.
Hey, who knew Matt Carpenter was Babe Ruth? Rangers. Yankees got him at the end of May, and since he's
been amazing. He's been everything that they needed when especially Joey Gallo has struggled. And you know,
29 games. That's high. 1 ball, 1 strike. Seasons with the Cardinals, had some great seasons there. 27 homers a year from 20. Taken off. On a curve, he hits one in the air. Deep right field. Matt Carpenter. In 30 games with the Yankees.
Was gone, and just what the Yankees do.
Aaron Hicks. Strike one from Pivetta.
Wait to getting to a place where he's, you mentioned with St. Louis, he was absolutely rock solid. Then and it's an amazing story from college, losing all kinds of when he was in college to get to the point to the reinvent